What's up, y'all? CJBK, talk to the individual. So, happy Sunday morning. See him clean shaven. I mean, completely clean shaven. But that only means one thing. I worked my second job. And I know, like, I know that a lot of TIs don't normally have, well, a lot of TIs either don't have a job or let alone two jobs. But, look, I just say, God willing, I keep God first, you know, and for as long as I still can, I'm gonna be working. Cause the last thing I want is to let the enemy win. And I ain't just talking about the humans that's contributing to all this stuff. I'm talking about the spirits that rule over them, you know. And like, I've come to fully understand this is not just the greatest crime in the history of humanity, because it's literally the electronic, you know, hacking of a person's own biofrequencies, the extraction of their intellectual data, you know, by the means of using the EEG, fMRI, and probably some type of infrared laser or something like that. So, but among other things, it's also an abuse to the electrical grid, because in order to really, at least I would think, in order to really push out the amount of EMF radiation that's above normal, considered, you know, most standards, you have to basically kind of like cause a power surge, right? I don't know, that's to my understanding. I mean, if y'all know more about this stuff, then feel free to comment below. But yeah, I just wanted to like get on and make this a nice little Sunday video, because, you know, I'm working, you know, I got my, you know, if I'm gonna work on a Sunday, I like to listen to gospel every once in a while, you know. And I mean, I've always did when I was younger, but, you know, as you get older, you know, you want to fit in more, so you start to kind of listen to certain things so you can, you know, basically, I guess, be one with the world or whatever. But at the same time, I kind of like, I don't know, I like the fact that I don't know, gospel music sometimes it just hits your body differently. It just hits your spirit differently, you know. So what else I wanted to talk about? It was something else on my mind. It'll come to me, because, you know, right now they're flooding my head right now with all kinds of like EMF pollution. Even though I'm outside, but trust me, when you're a targeted individual on the bio frequency spectrum part of it, trust me, they can do a lot more than just, you know, disrupt your cell phones and go into your house. You know, it goes far beyond that. But yeah, so, and also with their growing buildup of more attacks, that's focused on my heart. So yeah, for the most part, I'm just making sure. Oh, right, now I remember. So, okay, like I mentioned to everyone, you know, I deal with the synthetic telepathy from these people. And one of their main things that they love to say is, because, you know, it's all EMF broadcasts. It's all electromagnetic field resonance broadcasting. So whoever have the special app or whatever that they're viewing it from, they can see just about everything or whatever. So as they're watching me, they love to see how I handle, you know, what seems to be, what would be difficult situations for a lot of people. And a lot of times let's say I'm just enjoying my life the way I want. It's not bothering anybody. It's not causing a hindrance to anybody. I don't ask people for much at all, and if I do, I'm always trying to find ways to give it right back. Hell, I'll even throw in a little extra just because you went out your way to think about me. So, but one thing they love to say, and it just seems to make me wonder. They're like, oh, he's living in a fairy tale. He's living in a fairy tale. They keep saying this. And they're like, oh, because he got a support system. He got people to help him out whenever he get into something, or, oh, he's always spending his money on food and he's always spending his money on food and all he does is go out to bars and just spend money. He don't save no money. He doesn't do this. He doesn't do that. Basically everything that probably everyone else does when they actually allow money to worry them. Look, we live in a society where the dollar is constantly shrinking. The worth of the dollar is constantly shrinking, but the cost of living is constantly going up. So you would think at some point there would possibly be more people like me, and people who just genuinely don't necessarily, I want to say, they don't live their lives according to what everyone else is doing. If you help someone, you help someone genuinely and with the fullness of your heart, not seeking anything in return. Anyone who's ever met me, and I feel like I'm always having to repeat this in just about every video. Anyone who's ever met me knows that I'm probably one of the most generous people that they've ever met. And I don't never ask for a thank you. I don't never ask, you gonna get that back to me or anything like that. Most of the time I just say, don't even worry about it. You know why I say that? What do I normally say? God willing. I put God on everything. I literally put God on everything. And, for the most part, I'm just constantly always saying, you know what? If I am supposed to leave this world the way that, all of these people are trying to see if they can destroy my life, whether it's, through them or through something that they created, or maybe, who knows? I might actually do too much to my own health and I end up getting sick or something. But at the end of the day, that's not up on us. That's not on us to be thinking about. What we're supposed to do is just live our lives the best that we possibly can, knowing that this earth, this physical realm that we're living in, we're dealing with multiple spirits that's just constantly interacting with the human spirit. And if you don't have a close enough relationship with God, I'm talking about the spirit that teaches you about true love, generosity, peace, and everything that is just everything that's just a calmness of this of energy and life itself. You will be used. You will allow stress to get the best of you. You will allow basically just about anything that this world can produce to bring your own frequency down. Because remember, when we're all born into this world pretty much very, very jovial, happy, infants and babies and stuff like that. And, when they say, now I kind of fully understand why, when they say when you're a kid, let the kids be kids, the innocents need to stay innocent, because you need to have them practicing how to keep their frequencies up, right? Because as they get older, the world is just going to be trying to knock them down, and knock them down, and knock them down. But the one thing you got to do, you really got to make sure you do, is you put it in your kids that, look, this world is going to come after you, and it's not going to stop. This world is going to come after you and is not going to stop. You need to understand who God is. God is the one that gave you the life that you have right now. Because you got to remember, we all started out as little tiny molecules and whatnot, you know. So when you think about it, we could have easily just not been created. And remember, electricity or, you know, electromagnetic resonance, electromagnetic fields, we're made from electricity. And then when you think about who God is, you got to remember all living things carry a vibrational frequency, which means it carries some amount of electrical charge to it, right? So when you think about it like this, are you really going to act like you don't necessarily believe in God, but you carry a piece of God with you all the time? And then you got to think about it like this. Okay, yeah, we grew up in a society that probably, you know, enjoys watching horror, drama, action, you know, watching people get killed, stuff like that. Trust me, I know, I do it too. But then it wasn't until after a while I started to learn stuff about, like, you know, you have to learn to protect what you allow into your spirit sometimes, you know, whether it's through your eyes, you know, what you see, what you listen to, what you hear, you know, what you taste, you know, what you put in your mouth, you know, what you put on your body, everything like that. You have to be very, very careful of how much you do it. Not even more like what you watch, you know, it's more about how often you do it. Because when you think about how often you listen to something that just generates, you know, negative emotions, negative tension, negative energy, it starts to instill itself in you. It starts to, like, basically, like, it gets deep down in you to a point where, like, you almost kind of lose your actual godliness. And then now you start operating in the world on a very dangerous low frequency. And then think about it like this. If we operated on low frequencies, or hell, even worse, you could actually destroy cells in your body if their frequencies were not, like, at the point where they should be. If they were like really low, you can literally cause cell damage to your body. And then you could basically do so much damage to your own spirit just by constantly filling yourself with negative energy. And I kid you not, I know every darn I'm gonna call them assertive community therapy passerby, because they all basically like to subliminally say something. And trust me, as, like, I'm in New York City, so as I'm recording, you're gonna hear certain things. I don't know if you'll pick up on it, but I definitely do. But yeah, just want to let everybody know that start learning about healing frequencies. Start learning about vibrational frequencies in themselves. Start learning about emotions that you actually carry in your mind. You know, whether you're happy, you feel guilty, sad, whatever the case may be, they all basically have a resonating frequency. Learn about frequencies. The faster you learn about frequencies, the more prepared you will be for the war that's already ensuing on the population of the world. Because I'm telling you, Lucifer in the Bible is known as the prince of the power of the air. And what do we have flowing through the air at all times? Frequencies. Now, from everything we watch, everything we listen to, and now there's technology all around us that's basically trying to drive down our frequencies and cause us to become sickly. Most of us don't even realize we're sick because of the electronics that's all around us. You know, and I kid you not, now at some point I'm actually kind of jealous of the Amish or like indigenous tribes and stuff like that. Because, well, even more so the Amish, because the Amish, they knew they knew not to trust electricity. So that's why they keep everything the same of what they're doing. And I mean, lo and behold, I don't know how often you ever heard of somebody murders happening in Amish country and stuff like that. But anyway, so yeah, let me go ahead and get back to work. I'm on my last drop anyway. So damn, I'll cut that out. Later, y'all.